Hey, it's Raven Tactical here, and we're gonna do probably one of the first product reviews, and I think it's the first one we've really actually done. We're gonna talk about the Vortex Strikefire 2. Um, I bought this to go on one of the ARs I'm building currently. I have one on another different AR, and I really enjoy it. The Strikefire 2, I would say, is your entry level red dot. That's not in the sub $100 range. They run about right around 200. Well, I shouldn't say 200. They run in the $150 to $200 range depending on the deal you get. But it's pretty durable, reliable. Comes with Vortex's warranty. They're very rugged for what you're getting. You're not getting a cheap Chinese knockoff, $50 red dot like some of the older True Glows that I would simply say, like, not to knock them, but you're not expecting the True Glow to take the abuse and then keep going, where this will actually take the abuse and actually keep on ticking. Some of the perks of the Vortex Strikefire that I liked was it does red and green. Simple enough to use. It comes with the cantilever mount so that you can still do co-witness your iron sights. So it sits up where you can still use backup irons, kind of like an aim point would be on an M4 or the military's aim point. It uses the one thing that I don't like is the CR2 battery. Not that it's a bad battery or anything, it's just a harder battery to find. I wish they would have had a AA option, or maybe even use the 1, 2, 3 batteries. The CR2 is not terribly to find, it's just when you're doing optics and night vision and all these other things, having the common batteries would be cool to have instead of having to have separate batteries for this and separate batteries for your light and separate batteries for, night vision. It does kind of hinder you in a little bit. One of the things I do like is it's pretty lightweight. It's just under a pound. It's 7.2 ounces. It's not going to add a ton of weight. And it doesn't take up a lot of space, like I guess plane space on your rifle. So for myself, I put one on kind of like a pistol AR setup, where it's a short kind of carbine style or short pistol setup that you can use it kind of like how we use the M4 on aim point. One's zeroed. I think it's a 2 to. I think this is a 2 MOA or a 4 MOA. Let me just double check that. Let's see. I think it's a 2 MOA dot. So I mean, they're not precision. So when you're zeroing and you get your grouping, you're gonna group for, I would start at 25 meters, work your way back, or in some cases I would work in the space that you're using it for. So if you're putting on kind of like a pistol AR setup, maybe use it in the space that you're going to be working with. So if you think pistol AR, they're effective inside of 100 meters, cool. Maybe zero it for 50, and then you're good to go. Use backup iron sights. The worst thing you could have is the battery fails, and then all of a sudden you're stuck. So having backup flip up iron sights, kind of like what I'm using right now. I'm going to be just throwing the standard Magpul M-Bus, which I guess we can talk about these two. They're not the metal ones, they're the polymer ones. I like them. Simple to put on, simple to adjust, simple to do the whole zero, and the sole purpose of these are backup irons. They're not precision irons, they're really just in case your backup or your primary goes down. So again, I'll put a link to both. The backup irons, sometimes you can get a deal for about, I think they were $45 on sale for the whole set. Some cool things though, battery life. If you have this thing cranked to its brightest setting, it's going to be 300 hours on the battery and 6,000 hours on the minimum setting. Now that's actually really good. I mean, you're talking quite a bit of hours in turning them on. It doesn't have the feature that some of them have where they go to sleep. It won't do that. The operations for turning them on and off are these controls. You just hold it down for a couple seconds, it turns on. It has the last memory of the last setting you had it at, and they'll do it again. You just hold the thing and it turns itself off. Roll clear lens, roll simple way to adjust, like just like a normal scope. Um, Things that I can probably give you advice for zeroing, doing a red dot. Well, let's say you have, let's see if this works. So you're looking through here, and I have red. So your red dot's here, and then your target. You got your target kind of like sitting here. Try to turn down that red dot brightness when you're outside. Turn it down so the dot is probably the dimmest you can see it at, and that'll help you for doing accuracy. A lot of people just crank it up. If this red dot's turned up too much, it gets really bright, and then it kind of makes it so that the dot's bigger than the target, and you kind of wind up losing the target, and makes zeroing a little bit difficult because your point of aim and point of impact are going to be, it's hard to get the same point of, or same shot group, because you're not aiming at the same spot. Now, you'll see it when you actually go through it and do the whole thing. But again, I would just turn it down so you have a very, very light red or green dot, and then that way when you're aiming and you're looking through and trying to zero it, or you're even trying to use it as an engagement tool, you're not, like, I guess, blinding yourself with a red dot. It'll help for more accurate shots, a quicker, easier zero, and you'll be a lot much, how am I trying to say? Just overall, you won't go through as much ammunition. It'll be just a cleaner run. I've used these for 3-gun. I got it again as my kind of like truck home defense gun. I think it works great. I wouldn't put it past myself to use it for kind of like that whole combat, I guess, role. It does work, and for the price point you're getting it at, for under $200, you can't really go wrong. It sure beats the concept of where I would consider the entry level, where you're not spending, it's in the good feel of where you should be at. I say with entry level that if you're going to spend some money on an optic, try to get something that's going to have quality with a good warranty, and these are what they are. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the Vortex Strikefire 2. I believe they did a lot of field testing, third-party field testing, and they burned it, they banged it up good, and the thing still turned on. So I mean, it's pretty rugged and reliable. What I would suggest is grabbing a few of these and storing up on these. Having a bunch in your pack will be good. If the event does happen and you can't get batteries, having these on hand will change you from having a really, really nice optic that's just a dead weight to you're actually still able to run the optic. And again, you don't really ever need it up on the max setting unless it was maybe, I'm not even sure why you would have it. It would have to be a very bright day for that. And you'll see it when you actually start shooting red dots. Anyways, just wanted to give you guys the first product review. It's a little shaky, I know. It's just one of those things that I'm trying to put together. If you like it, hit the like, subscribe, and then share it. Thank you.